Alright YouTube, I'm gonna kick this video off by just pinning up my client's hair. He did ask for a mid-fade, so I'm just gonna pin up his hair so I can see what I'm gonna store, you know what I'm saying, my first initial guideline, and you know what I'm saying, my baseline, and you know what I'm saying, I just wanna bust that platform out from the rip. So y'all stick around. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. But with this being said, man, let's just check this video out. Alright guys, I'm gonna go in with my Ultra Octane with the 1.5 guard. I'm just gonna knock his hair down, and I just want you guys to pay very close attention. I'm going up to the parietal ridge area, and speaking of the parietal ridge area, at the end of the haircut process, you will see that I left a little hair around his edges because, you know what I'm saying, when he get his hair braided or retwisted, that little part right there won't be so disconnected. So I just want to let you guys know, and at the end of the video, I don't want you guys to be like, or in the comment section, I don't want you guys to be like, oh, he left a lot of hair right there. No, it's just the process of how he get his hair twisted, and you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. I mean, I've been doing this for 30 years, but you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to say I'm the best barber, but I'm the type of barber that I can just look at somebody's hair and be like, hey man, I can disconnect it, but still leave it connected as if you know what I'm saying, getting your hair retwisted. I mean, you'll understand it better at the end of the video. So let's just finish watching it. Alright you guys, after I cut the hair down to a 1.5, I'm gonna put that brush session in because you know what I'm saying, I want to make sure his hair is laid back down so I can start over with my, you know what I'm saying, first initial guideline. And always remember to always check over your work as you cut, because you know what I'm saying, if you start a haircut off neat, you want it to end neat. So with further ado, let's just get into it and see the first initial guideline being placed in. I used to put the first initial guideline in on my Stylecraft Instincts Pros, but you know what I'm saying, for YouTube purposes, I just want to change it up. I want to use my Cocoa trimmers, man, because I want to let you guys know how sharp they hit. Now, I can go back and edge them up with them if I really wanted to, but you know what I'm saying, since I had a Stylecraft Instinct trimmers, I just used them at the end of the video. But make sure, you know what I'm saying, you put a clean, you know what I'm saying, slate on your client's platform, because you know, you don't want to really have to go back and clean up what you just put in. So just do everything at one time, because you know what I'm saying, that's all it takes for me. I mean, I like to do detail work, but I don't want to over exaggerate the detail work and put in too much detail work, because that will actually take away from the haircut. So with that being said, man, just take your time, be neat, and everything will fall in place. But you know what I'm saying, let's just get it, and you know, let's just make it happen. Alright you guys, I grabbed my Stylecraft Instincts. Now I'm about to open the blade and I'm gonna go up an inch. Because you know what I'm saying, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say an inch, man, just get your finger and you know what I'm saying, just look at the width of your finger, and that'll determine on, you know what I'm saying, how far you can go up with your with your second initial primary guideline. The second initial primary guideline is actually when you start to see stubble and everything. Remember, that's just gonna be a fading process zone there. So if you notice, when I do my second initial primary guideline, I stay within that area so I can get my fade down technique from within that area first, then I will work on my blend. But always be repetitive and go back over your work, make sure everything's laid down even before you proceed on to the next part. Now I have my blades halfway open, just only using the corners. What I'm doing right now, I'm just working on my fade process right now, because I'm just gonna wait and go to the blend, because actually the fade is the most important part of the haircut. I mean, you know, a lot of people be like, hey man, I got a tight fade or a tight blend. But you know what I'm saying, the fade always trains to blend to look good. Because you know, if you just follow up with the steps that I'm telling you guys, man, I'm telling you, your haircut will come out fresh. And remember to always brush the client's hair. And guys, let me know if this quality is fire to you guys, man. I mean, I like the quality of my video because I'm shooting off of an iPhone 15 Pro Max. But yeah, just do the steps that I'm asking you guys to do, and you know what I'm saying, your haircuts will come out as clean as mine. All right, guys, this is the last step of my fading down technique. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna close my blades, and I'm just gonna use the corners only. Remember to never always over-exaggerate your work, because you know what I'm saying? You don't wanna over-exaggerate it because you'll be putting too much into it. So just use the tip of your blade, and you know what I'm saying, just remember to always be mindful of, you know what I'm saying, you just actually taking off the dark area of the hairs that you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, illuminate and make, you know what I'm saying, fade right. Because you know, you don't want to put in all this work and, you know, push the fade up, man. So just take your time and we will get there. Falling back with the one guard open, I'm just actually going up to the parietal ridge, making sure I got all the hairs before I proceed to the next step. But I just want to let you guys know this. I started cutting the hair down with the 1.5 guard. So when I get the 1.5 guard on the Stylecraft Instincts, I go against the grain so I can make sure everything, you know what I'm saying, flushing correctly, because you know, I just want my fade to, you know what I'm saying, just be smooth and even as possible. And like I said, I'm gonna leave a little hair right there on the parietal ridge area, but it's not gonna be really just too noticeable, but it's just gonna be enough, you know what I'm saying, so everything, when this fade starting to grow back, it can grow back in the direction that I cut it. So if you would know if you got a nice haircut, because you know, if you cut your client's hair and you see your client a couple of weeks later, you can see how the fade is back transitioning back to how it was before you cut it. So it might not make sense, but you know, if you was a barber or any barber out there know what I'm talking about, that's a great understanding, because you know, depending on how you cut your client's hair, it depends on how fast or how slow it come back. If you cut a client hair in 10 minutes, I guarantee you in the next 3 or 4 days his hair will start growing back. But if you cut a client's hair 35, 40 minutes, the more time you put into cutting the client's hair, the longer it would take it for, you know what I'm saying, to start growing back. Yeah, that's knowledge. Coming back with my one guard closed, I'm just actually going halfway into the one open. What I'm doing right now, I'm just actually starting my blend down process, because you know what I'm saying, I'm just trying to find that smooth fade position, because you know, I already see the hair getting light, so I don't want to add, or you know what I'm saying, put too much pressure up, you know, to his haircut. And speaking of pressure, man, look, just let the clippers do the work. Only thing you doing just actually just guiding the clippers to cut, and you can actually see the fade taking transition. So just take your time and just let the clippers do their work, and just follow up with the next step. Now I'm coming back with my zero closed. Now I'm actually using the corners. The only thing I'm doing just actually knocking the one close with the zero close. But you want to do a lot of adjustment play with this step right here. Now this step right here actually take the longest, because it takes more blending into the fade, you know what I'm saying, zone. So remember to always use your corners, take your time, you know what I'm saying. Like I said earlier, the fade will come, you know, about. But Yeah, if y'all guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And I will be shouting out all my well, not all my subscribers, but the ones that always be in my videos, commenting at the comment section. But yeah, shout out to everybody, and I'm glad you guys, subscribe to my channel, because we are family, and we're just gonna keep it A1. And I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate you. Coming back with the blades, no guards, no nothing, just straight blade, using the corners, doing a little detail work. Now, what you see me doing right now, I'm actually looking for the dark areas. So this part right here is going to take a little bit longer than I was using the blades before, because remember, you're just actually using the corners. You're not using the whole blade, because I'm just trying to focus on one side more so than the other side, because I just want to know what I'm taking off, because this is the longest step in actually doing detail work. A lot of barbers might not tell you this, but I'm telling you. So let's just get into it until we get up to the next step. Now coming back with my one guard, 2 clicks from being closed or 2 clicks from being open. I'm just actually working up in the parietal ridge area, because I told you guys at the first beginning of the video I was gonna leave a little hair right there, because I'm like kind of disconnecting his hair from his twist, or I'm just actually disconnecting it so it can just have that better transitioning from the fade to the blend. But remember to always take your time and be aware. Always double check your work and make sure everything falls in place before your client gets up out of the chair. All right, guys, now we're about to start up on the edge up. Now, by me disconnecting his parietal ridge from his twist, I'm about to disconnect, a little hair from his twist at the edge up area, because I didn't want it to be, looking kind of crazy. But I'm gonna knock that down with a 1 guard, and I'm gonna proceed to the edge up. All right, guys, I want you to strongly take notes. Look at this edge up. You can tell, it's not growing the way that it should be. But, that's the point of being a barber. You want to correct whatever mistakes actually his hair growth is no mistake. It's just hereditary. But you just want to make sure, everything is proper. And I always study the head shape, the hair texture, because that's the point of me buying different clippers for different hair textures, because I just don't buy clippers just because they just came out with a brand new pair. I buy clippers, dealing with the type of texture hair that I had to cut, or even every barber should know that. But we'll talk about that on another note. But always take your time and edge your client up, and just go back over your work and make sure everything is detailed, fine, and quality.